may be seated. Don't they look awesome? Oh my gosh, guys. Good evening, honored friends, family members, and class of 2017. My name is Jennifer Pearson, and I'm the extremely proud principal here at McKinney Boyd High School. On behalf of all of the faculty, staff at McKinney Boyd, as well as the McKinney Independent School District, we want to welcome everyone here for this very, very special event. We are glad that each and every one of you are here tonight to celebrate in your students' amazing accomplishment. These Broncos sitting here before you are all deserving of this fine occasion, and they have worked extremely hard towards this day. All of you should be extremely proud, just like we are up here today. To start off this event, I'm very privileged to announce some special guests that are sitting up here on stage with us. I'm going to start with the members of the MISD Board of Trustees, starting with Board President, Mr. Curtis Rippey. We have Board Vice President, Mrs. Amy Dankel. Board Secretary, Mrs. Stephanie Odell. Board Trustee, Mrs. Kathy Livesey. Board Trustee, Mrs. Maria McKenzie. Board Trustee, Mrs. Lynn Sperry. And Board Trustee, Mr. Kenneth Ussery. Additionally, it is my privilege to introduce and welcome home to Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Rick McDaniel. Others on stage tonight also include our Associate Principal, Mr. Cruz Sainz, and most importantly, the class of 2017, which consists of our student council officers and our class officers. So they have been amazing. And of course, we have our valedictorian and salutatorian. So the Broncos behind me, starting from your left to right, are Alexia Coltis, Cassidy Rosenberg, Chandler Connor, H.D. Tolson. Wow, we're a little out of order. That's okay, though, we're good. Bryn Thomas, Peyton Argabright, Emma Grace Rippey, Cammie Curran, our salutatorian, Alexandra Thorson, and our valedictorian, Nitha Shaw. Also at this time, I would like to say a special thank you to all of our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, and special people who not only made the trip tonight to honor these students, but who have supported and loved them throughout the years. As a parent myself, I know tonight is a very special occasion with emotions ranging from happiness to sadness to maybe a little disbelief that you have a high schooler and that you're old enough to have a high schooler graduating today. Believe me, I know how you feel. Thank you for all that you have done to help them to not only become successful students, but successful people. And last but certainly not least, it is my distinct pleasure to recognize the individuals who have poured their blood, sweat, tears, and passion every day into these Broncos. Can I please have all members of the McKinney Boyd faculty and staff in attendance today to stand and be recognized? They are the heart and soul of our McKinney Boyd Broncos, and we are so glad they are with us tonight to witness this special occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, I do have one special request for you guys. We have made this request in the past, and it has been accepted with favorable response. We've already placed great significance and special importance on this event tonight. We believe this class is definitely worthy of a dignified and a classy ceremony. In the McKinney Boyd world, we call this the Bronco Way. So tonight, we're gonna all be honorary Broncos and do the right thing the right way all the time. I'm gonna respectfully ask that in the audience to follow the Bronco Way today. Please do not blow air horns or make unnecessary noise that might jeopardize a family from hearing their student's name as they walk across the stage. We definitely do not want to have anybody miss out on this special occasion. That said, I hope that you enjoy today's ceremony, and now I respectfully ask you to stand as our award-winning McKinney Boy Band, under the direction of Mr. Joe Nunez, performs our national anthem.
Good evening. My name is Cami Curran, and it has been my privilege to serve as this year's Senior Class Vice President. I would like to officially welcome everyone to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2017. Before we begin our ceremony, I would just like to say that this has been the best 4 years of my life, thanks to all of you. The memories that we share, from the sporting events, the fine arts performances, all the way up to our senior prank, was one of a kind. This class is very special because we always came together to support one another and our school. For this, I feel incredibly blessed. Let us bow our heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, we gather here this evening to celebrate the graduation of the 2017 class of McKinney Boyd High School. As we do so, we thank you for the opportunities we have had these past years. We are grateful for the blessings of good friends and memories that will last a lifetime. We are thankful for our teachers, administrators, school staff, and family that has helped us along the way. I'm sorry. We are especially thankful for our parents who have supported us through all of our highs and lows. We are appreciative of the different extracurricular activities we are able to participate in and the chance to develop our talents. During our high school. We ask thy blessing as we begin the next chapter of our lives, whether that is continuing on to college, going directly into the workforce, or entering the military services. Guide and help us to make good choices in whichever path we choose to follow. Bless us with protection in all of our endeavors. Help us to always be mindful of where we come from and the legacy we leave behind. We thank you for all of our blessings and the exciting future that is ahead of us. God bless the senior class of 2017. In his name, amen, and go Broncos.
Good evening, parents, faculty, and graduates. My name is Emma Grace Rippey, and I have had the honor and privilege of serving as your McKinney Boyd Senior Class President for the class of 2017. It has been an amazing 4 years, and I would like to thank all of the teachers, the family members, friends, and all of our other advocates that have helped us get to this point. We love you and we appreciate your support and encouragement more than you will ever know. As our high school career draws to a close, a couple of things have become more and more apparent. The first is that looking back over these last 4 years, there were a number of things that seemed vastly important, when now those same life or death issues were not nearly as significant as we thought. It's funny to think about the things that caused us so much anxiety and kept us up so many nights, and yet the next morning it's like that fight with your best friend never happened. You ended up with an A on that essay you wrote you could have sworn wasn't even completely in English, and the parents that you hated the night before were the greatest gifts God had ever given you. Why didn't we ever ask ourselves if the thing we thought was going to be the end of the world was even going to matter in 5 years, or even the next day? Keep this in mind as we go out into the world and realize that the giant obstacle that we thought was going to break us didn't even bruise. We're becoming adults, and we've never been more prepared for this next stage of our lives. Yet in some ways, the idea of leaving the security of our childhood has never been more frightening. McKinney is our home. Whether you've lived here your whole life or have only been a part of this community for the last couple of years, this city holds a special place in all of our hearts. And leaving here will not be easy. We have also realized that although the days seem to move excruciatingly slow, 4 years have disappeared faster than most of us could have ever imagined. I can vividly remember taking my first steps into Boyd and thinking that I had all of this freedom that I never had before. That little bit of freedom is about to be multiplied by 1,000. I thought that once we got closer to leaving, the idea of going off on our own wouldn't be as daunting. But now that we are here, it's terrifying. But that's okay, because if it wasn't a little scary, it wouldn't be exciting. Once we cross this stage and this chapter of our lives closes, a new one begins. One where we become educators, entrepreneurs, lawyers, or healthcare professionals. One where some of us go off to fight to protect our freedom, become first responders, and save lives. One where we have complete control over who we become, and each and every one of us has a chance to leave our mark on the world. We are ready. We may not feel like it, but we are. Every all-nighter we've pulled, writing pages and pages of power notes, making hundreds of flashcards, or trying to figure out how in the world to pass the AP Physics exam, has prepared us for the coming challenges. Mark Twain once said, "The 2 most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why." These next few years are going to be the most important of our lives. I feel like a lot of times we've been told that high school is the time for us to figure out who we are or who we want to be, but that's not necessarily true. There are some of us who may know exactly what we want, but there are some of us who are still searching. That's okay. We have time. Time to change our major, change our university, change our profession, change who we become, because with all of this scary freedom comes the chance to make decisions that are truly our own. Through all of this, we can look back on our high school years fondly and remember us as being the best class to ever walk the halls of McKinney Boyd. I don't think many of us knew just how quickly this day would come, but now that it's here, let's celebrate the time we have had together and get ready for the time of our lives as we embark on the single greatest adventure we've ever had. Thank you.
Good evening, class of 2017. My name is Lexi Thorson, and today I have the honor to stand before you and speak as your class salutatorian. It's June 2nd. This is it. This is the day that we've been anxiously waiting for, because it signals the end of our high school journey and the beginning of a new one. In this speech, I was tasked with reflecting on our shared experiences at Boyd. While I was frantically brainstorming, trying to pinpoint the memories that defined our class, I realized that there's no way to perfectly encapsulate everyone's high school journey. Though we've all walked the same hallways, sat in the same desks, and cheered at the same football games, each of us has grown in our own unique and distinctive way. Rather than a collection of significant moments, it is a process of continuous challenges and changes that has shaped us. Even though our paths to this moment may have differed, one thing we all share now is our readiness for the future. We have climbed the mountain, and now we stand on the apex, ready to take the leap into adulthood. I don't know about you, but for me, this day has been a long time coming. The red caps and gowns that we wear are the physical representations of years of hard work, but more importantly, years of laughter, friendship, and personal growth. Considering all the hoops that we jumped through to get on this stage, we should deservedly feel on top of the world as we receive our diplomas today. However, there will come a time when the excitement of graduation fades away, and we realize that jumping off into the future is scary, terrifying even. As we face our fear, we have to remember that our high school experience has prepared us to take that leap. Think back to all that we've conquered together within the brick walls of McKinney Boyd. As freshmen, we held our new schedules with shaking hands. 6 minutes didn't seem like enough time to navigate the maze of hallways, but our feet slowly began to memorize the twists and turns until we could arrive at the classroom door every time. Miraculously, we avoided being trampled by the stampede of upperclassmen in the main hallway. If the freshman version of you could survive the hectic chaos of passing period, then the graduate version of you can surely survive the hectic chaos of life. Then came sophomore year. Newly confident and seemingly ready for whatever the year could throw at us, we sauntered into the arena, only to smack face first into our gigantic and terrifying opponent as we took our first ever AP exams. We developed study skills on the battlefield, writing notes and taking flashcards furiously in an attempt to stop the bloodthirsty beast from nibbling on our GPAs. In the midst of the struggle, we also embraced being Broncos, linking pinkies at pep rallies to sing the alma mater, watching our fantastic theater troupe perform Les Mis, and cheering on our volleyball team as they advanced to state. Next up was junior year, when we faced the SAT and ACT. Though college entrance exams and applications packed some punch, we emerged victorious, boasting bloody knuckles and battered teeth. We filled our schedules with challenging classes and were pushed to our limits by the heavy loads of coursework and extracurricular activities. We honed our time management skills and, most importantly, mastered the fine art of procrastination. Think about it. If you can binge watch 5 hours of The Office and still have that essay ready by third period, you're going places. Finally, we arrived at senior year. Our parents cried as we left for our last first day of school. We conquered crippling senioritis, danced our hearts out at prom, and decided what we really want to do with the rest of our lives. Some of us will transition from being Broncos to being Longhorns. Still more will attend to other incredible educational institutions. Some will head into the workforce or into the military. Regardless of where your individual path takes you, you have been equipped with everything that you need to thrive. In the words of the Roman poet Virgil, they can conquer who believe they can. Class of 2017, I challenge you today to believe that you can. I challenge you to remember that every test you took, every crushing sports loss that you experienced, every ounce of teenage drama that broke your heart, and every other high school trial that you have faced has been preparing you for this very moment. We have battled our way to the top of this mountain, each facing our own unique challenges, and now we stand as one class, our toes touching the edge, our eyes full of hope, collectively gazing down into our futures. Go ahead, take the leap. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Nada Shah and I am honored and grateful to be able to speak to you as Valedictorian of the class of 2017. I was told I have around 5 to 7 minutes to deliver my speech, so I'm going to try to stick to that time because I know we're all running to keep up with the clock. And speaking of clocks, that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about tonight. There are 3 hands on the clock, the hour, minute, and second hands. Let's take a closer look at these components as they stand today. First, there's the hour hand. Short and stout, he moves slowly, leisurely, taking his time. He's almost never in a rush and seems to enjoy staying where he is a little too often. The people around us have been acting as this hour hand for us. Constant and dependable, they give us endless hours of their time. Take a look around you. Here are our parents and family who have given us their time ever since we were born, and most of whom still can't get enough of us. They bathed us, fed us, and always stayed by us. Here are teachers who gave us over 7 hours of their time a day so we could further our education and prepare for the future. Here are friends who gave us countless hours of laughter and conversation. All of these people have given us so many hours of our time, and none of us would be where we are today without them. Right now, I would like to thank my mom and my dad for being the most supportive people I have had in my life. I would like to thank you for loving me unconditionally and always being there to guide me. I want to thank you for always placing my happiness first and for doing everything that you can to make sure that I keep smiling. I would also like to thank my older brother for not just being an annoying older sibling, but also for being my best friend and my second father. From the time you protected me as an infant by surrounding me with pillows so I didn't fall off the bed, to the time you stayed up late wiping my tears and making me food because I wasn't feeling well, you have been the best big brother that I could have ever asked for. I would also like to thank a few of my friends. Crystal, Sue, Lydia, Pila, Ashley O, and Ty Wynn. Thank you for being a few of the very first people to reach out to me as a new student in a new school. All of these people have been acting as the hour hands of my clock that have pushed me along as they turned, and I'm sure you can think of many similar people in your life. But that's enough about the hour hand. Next, let's look at the minute hand, which is more focused on the details of time. This represents the time that we give to ourselves, since this time is much more focused. As we got lost in the big picture of high school around us, many of us might have neglected reserving some minutes for ourselves during these past few years. We might have spent that time fulfilling obligations, studying, or hanging out with friends. As a result, we never took the time to care for ourselves. Finally, there's the second hand, the one that sections out the hours and minutes in our day. Just like it motivates the hour and minute hands to move, the second hand represents our own motivation. Our motivation to come to school these past few years might have been a passion for learning, a desire to please those around us, or maybe we're just here because we're forced to be here. But this is all the past, and that's how the hands of the clock look right now. In around 2 hours, graduation will be over. After we walk across the stage, we will no longer have to have our arms raised, unfazed to the tune of Mandy Says Good Morning that has greeted us every day before first period and that we're all probably glad to leave behind. We will be in control of our own clocks, and we will decide how we spend our time. So let's turn this clock forward and look at it in the future. Before, the hour hand was the time that others gave to us. Now let's make it the time that we give to others. Enjoy each moment you spend with the people around you and never rush to leave. Take it slow like the hour hand does. Start by giving a little more time to the people around you, whether they are friends next to you, your friends across the auditorium you wish were next to you, or your family behind you who has been behind you supporting your entire life. These are the people who matter the most, and these are the people who deserve the most of your time. So teach your grandparents how to use the MacBooks that we don't have, but everyone else in the school does. Be there for your friends and family. While you can't overestimate the power of a hand to hold, you can't underestimate it either. Sometimes all a person needs is someone to hold them. The hour hand on your clock, let your loved ones hold that hand, always. Now let's look at the future minute hand, which, as you may or may not remember, represents the time for ourselves. No matter how many hours we dedicate to others, we should at least save a few minutes for ourselves. Let's take time to treat ourselves by reading our favorite book, watching our favorite movie, actually getting enough sleep for once. Let's take time to treat ourselves. But let's also take time to think about ourselves. What do we want to do in the future? Here's where the second hand comes in, our motivation. As we enter the next portion of our lives, our motivation might be success, but there is no clear definition for what success is. Many people might point to the biggest and most famous individuals today as the epitome of success. But here's what I think. While those people are definitely successful, we don't all have to be the founders of giant corporations or Nobel Prize winners or pop singers in order to succeed. Our hands do not have to change the lives of every individual on this planet, or even country, city, or state. By just holding our hands out to those dearest to us, giving a little bit of our time to the people around us, we can make an impact in their lives and ours until their hands reach farther and farther in a rippling effect. So the next time you take a look at a clock, whether that's on your watch, in your car, or on your MacBooks that, again, we don't have, don't just read the time. Think about all the components that make up that clock, and turn the hands the way you want them. Hold those hands out for others to hold. And where we'll be in the future, only time will tell. Thank you.
My speech is actually easy to find because it's the one with the 20 font, 10 words on a page, compared to their 8 font and 300 words on a page. For a couple of weeks now, I've been asked the question several times, "Have you written your speech yet, Dr. Pearson?" I calmly replied and said, "It's not something that you can just do or force it. You have to have that moment of inspiration." It's the same excuse I tried to use with my English teachers in high school when I turned something in late, but unfortunately they didn't buy it. So about a week went by, we got a week closer to graduation, and again I got asked the same question. "Dr. P, have you written your graduation speech yet?" I said, "No, not yet, still working on it." "Well, why don't you just go to Google? Just Google a speech. Nobody will know the difference." I said, "Well, the problem with that is that it's not for me, and this class deserves so much more than just going onto Google and finding a graduation speech." So last night, Miss Helm, my secretary, is still speaking to me, just in case anybody was wondering. I started to have some time to sit quietly and reflect on this year, and all of a sudden, the words started turning into sentences on a page. Class of 2017, I was raised, and I truly believe in my heart that God never gives us more than we can handle. Even in the darkest of moments of struggle, He places people or groups of people in our lives to help provide support, clarity, love, understanding, or simply a hug. Sometimes when we go through a tough time, we don't understand why we're on the path that we are on. Many times it is not till much later that we see that vision and that clarity of that path that we are being led down. Also during these times, leaders are born and people step up to serve at levels they've never stepped up to serve before. Class of 2017, why am I speaking of all of this? I say all of this because your class did just that. You all stepped up in ways that I couldn't have imagined, and you have been the true blessing that Boyd needed this year. Our Boyd family suffered a huge loss at the beginning of the year when we lost a teacher, a coach, but also a Bronco alumni and friend. It was a devastating blow that could have affected our school in so many different ways. But instead, it brought out the best, it made us stronger, it made us closer, and it made us better at everything that we did because we realized life is not to be taken for granted. Class of 2017, you led that way. You were those leaders that rose to the top. You were the hearts, your school spirit, your kindness, and your servant heart for others. You were the shining star. Whether it was the first football game where the Red Nation came out in full force, whether it was the first pep rally where you got everyone on their feet and cheering, whether it was doing the right thing when we made mistakes along the way, whether it was your generosity as you served or donated to your community, whether it was being an example in the hallways and the classrooms to the other students who walk the halls, whether it was your need for our special needs, your love for our special needs students, or whether it was your senior walk as you walked out of the building for the final time, being led by our amazing drumline. You all led the way day in and day out. Every time I challenged your class, or you were challenged by something else, you stepped up. I have told this class so many times that you truly are a special group, and I truly mean every single word. One of my friends the other day said, "Jennifer, I'm sure that's what you say about every class." My answer to her was, every class has a different personality. And yes, we love them for all different types of reasons. Every class has their strengths. Every class has their challenges. Some classes are a handful. Some are hard workers. Some make us laugh. This class has truly touched my hearts and the hearts of many because from day one, we have challenged all of you to be respectful, kind, and accepting to everyone in our school. You didn't necessarily need to like everyone or hang out with everyone, but you did need to treat people how you wanted to be treated. In a world of politics, social media, fake news, this is not modeled very well for you guys. Time and time again, you continue to show that Bronco way, even when I know it wasn't easy. You have taught me to be a better person, and you have taught me to be a better principal. What do I want for this class? Actually, it's quite simple. I want 4 things for you. I want you to follow your passion. I want you to experience failure. I want you to enjoy the journey. And I want you to have a healthy balance. The first one is to follow your passion. I have never worked a day in my life. I absolutely love what I do, even on the toughest of days. I mean, look at you. How could I not love what I do? I know that sometimes we think that money and success is what you should follow. If you follow your passion instead, your heart will be full, your desire will be greater, and the people you influence will follow you to the links of the earth. Life is shorter than you think, and doing something you love each and every day just makes it that much sweeter. The second thing I want is for you to fail. Wow, Dr. P, that's pretty harsh to say in a graduation speech. I mean it with all the love in the world. A great mentor of mine once told me that when tough times occur and failure occur, it only strengthens us and makes us stronger. It better prepares us for future endeavors. Down the road, I am a better person today because of mistakes I have made in the past. He also said there is no crying in administration, which I respectfully disagree with him on that. I saw a quote this morning that said, "Don't forget that you are human. It is okay to have a meltdown. Don't unpack and live there. Cry it out and then refocus on where you are headed. Make the best dang plan you have ever made and show them what you're made of." The third thing is enjoy the journey. Life is never a straight path. You will move forward, you will move backward, you will even stand still at times, and you might even move side to side. But whatever you do, move. I tell our teachers many times to enjoy the little things. My mom has always said, enjoy the little things because they do become the big things. Whether your next step is college, military, or work, enjoy the journey getting there. Savor those moments as they happen and continue to grow along the way. Even stop a few times to sightsee and to enjoy and gain new experiences. And last but not least, always remember that healthy balance. Find time to enjoy your family, have a hobby, hang out with your friends, and do the things that make you happy. Find ways to relieve stress and find time for yourself. I know as you think about college and the world of work and military, that sounds almost impossible. But it is necessary in order to live a healthy life. Rely on those around you to help you and to guide you. Parents, you have done an amazing job with this group of seniors sitting before me. Being a parent myself, I know the struggles and the challenges you face each and every day. Raising a child these days is definitely not for the faint of heart. My mom had 2 favorite sayings as I was growing up, and now my own kiddos hear me say it to the point where I get the proverbial eye roll. The first one is, I will always love you, but I don't always have to like you. I think this was said to me a lot during the ages of 13 to 18. Mr. Ballou made a joke yesterday to our students at practice when he said, graduation day is one of the few days you will hear your middle name be called and you are not in trouble. Jennifer Christine seemed to just roll off my mom's tongue. I'm sure she practiced that many nights before she had me to make sure that that's what it sounded like. The second saying was, one of these days, you are going to thank me. Class of 2017, your parents have worked extremely hard, and one of these days, you're going to thank them. My mom used to say this lovingly to me when she was teaching me about table manners, teaching me to be respectful, instilling a work ethic into me. She had a plan, and she knew what I needed to have in order to be successful. So parents, I say all that because I know it hasn't always been easy. As I prepare for my son to be a senior next year and graduate, please know that I have all of you on speed dial for advice on everything from party planning to grief management. Thank you for sending us your very best and allowing us to work with them each and every day. Students, recognize your parents at this time. Let's give them a round of applause. Well, seniors, it is that moment that you all have been waiting for. Please know that you have left a legacy at McKinney Boyd High School, and you have set the bar extremely high for the class of 2018. You will always have a piece in my heart, and I'm extremely proud of you. So it is that time that we get to make you official so you can fly out of the nest and you can go start moving mountains. You made us proud, class of 2017. Dr. McDaniel, at this time, it is my distinct pleasure to present to you the class of 2017. All of them sitting before you have successfully completed all the credits, all the requirements as mandated by the state of Texas to be considered for graduation.
Good evening. How are you guys doing tonight? You know, I got to thinking about this as I was sitting back there, and Dr. Pearson mentioned that one of her mentors told her that there's no crying in administration. You heard her say that, right? Well, I'm the one that told her that, and I'm the one sitting back here crying, all right? I cannot tell you enough just how proud I am of a couple of things. First of all, I'm proud of who you've become and where you're going. Secondly, I'm extremely proud that you've continued to carry on that Bronco pride. It is phenomenal. When I go over there, I see it, I feel it, and I know that the legacy that this class is leaving from this point forward for all of those that come behind you is phenomenal. So job well done. Very, very proud of you, okay? As superintendent, one of the great responsibilities that I have, and really one of my favorite things to do, is to get to officially announce that you have met all the requirements of the state of Texas and the MISD Board of Trustees, and that I get to officially declare you as graduates. Congratulations, you are official graduates 2017. I wish you the very best. May God bless you in all of your endeavors. At this time, it is time for you to receive those diplomas. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 McKinney Boyd High School valedictorian, Nida Shah. Your 2017 McKinney Boyd High School salutatorian, Alexandra Powell Thorson. Introducing the McKinney Boyd High School top 10% in rank order, Austin Martin Williams. Jody Denise Chen. Kavya Shanmugasundararaj. Emily O. Caroline Shelby Alt. Francesca Marie Gall. Lauren Alexis Patton. Crystal Shrinring Su. Jordan Renee Briggs. Grayson Xia Hua Shepard. Sarah Elizabeth Kerr. John Alexander Katada. Taylor Marie Rubel. Bradley Joe Gladden. Ashley June Hicks. Kyle Jonathan Kao. Catherine Amanda Deegan. Lily Naomi Isbell. Jennifer Ann Graves. Cole Patrick O'Neill. Madison Mary Johnson. Peyton Emily Tuttle. Austin Christopher Bewley. Emma Riley Feldman. Riley Ann Simmons. Justin Patrick Grice. Sydney Annette Hauk. Ariana Helena Hernandez. Meg Alexandra Dixon. Maxine Alexandria Leo Cabrazawan. Kai Graywall. Eric Joshua Seal. Travis Richard Woods. Emma Grace Rippey. Luke Thomas Rogers. Alexis Holden Lambert. Gwendolyn Sylvia Capel McCoy. William Montgomery Slack. Gabrielle Claire Butner. Julianne Hauser Fowler. Henry DeVoe Muzan Tolson. Zachary Shannon Luton. Jordan Lynn Kiley. Rika Daniela Lalina. Joshua Emmanuel Tan. Maya Lauren Bowen. Rachel Danielle Mixitz. Sophia Leotis Alderetti. Catherine Town Wynn. Chandler Brian Connor. Paige Holland Brinkley. Justin Thomas Fowler. Morgan Ashton Dworshak. Tyler Scott King. McKenna Ray McFadden. Elena Genevieve Gerard. Keenal Sanjay Patel. Connor Patrick McMullen. Mariah McCall Kelty. Megan McKenna Shevlin. Gretchen Marie Olmholt. Alexandria Paige Wilsbach. Zachary Jean Bauscher. Jennifer May Lee. Introducing your remaining McKinney Boyd High School graduates in alpha order. Martin Sven Hedman. Luis Franco Torres. Aiden Carl Arts. Hiba Musa Abadabis. Bronson Kamakapono Adams Gutierrez. Benjamin Alawatamalore Adiso. Gerald Michael Lacap Aguilar. Miguel Alejandro Aguilera. Sarah Akram Alani. Javier Ortega Alejos. Kyrie Ali. Lauren Leslie Allen. Stephanie Almanza. Catherine Claire Alston. Gabriel Cazanes Alvarez. Margaret Ann Anderson. Paige Lauren Anderson. Alonta Sine Andres. Ryan Christopher Andrews. Rayon Devondre Engel. Tierra Alisa Anzalati. Jesse Alexis Aquino. Tanya Guadalupe Aravelo. Peyton Wallace Argabright. Jacob Ryan Arnold. Sonita Ariel. Benjamin Kirk Ashby. Grace Ann Ashby. Samuel Taylor Atkinson. Nolan Alexander Audette. Bianca Avila. Sierra Star Everett. Ryan Joseph Badeau. Corrigan Leanne Baggett. Blake Martin Baker. Alex Grayson Baldridge. Blake Christian Banks. Charles Alexander Barber. Zachary Preston Berenberg. Destiny Dominique Barker. Joshua Gregory Burnett. Brian Austin Barton. Lauren Lynn Bate. Charles Luke Batson. Elizabeth May Bowder. Alejandra Bautista. Carla Michelle Bedoya. Dylan Philip Bejarano. Bronson Dean Bendezu. Thomas Daniel Burr. Ethan Perriton Bergen. Catherine Marie Bergen. Michael Pelly Berglund. Sarah Michelle Bianco. Thomas James Billings. Journey Kirsten Black. Sydney Joe Blazy. Jennifer Meredith Blodgett. Madison Renee Bloomer. Daniela Marie Boggs. Aaron Joseph Bullock. Nathan Paul Bonin. Connor Lambert Bolin. Cassidy Bryn Boydston. Sean Spencer Boyle. Michelle Lorenza Bracelet. Savannah Marie Brandon. Donald Wayne Brandt. Nathan Elliott Bray. Christian Gerardo Brasino. Sophia Isabella Brockman. Makai Nasir Brooks. Yetta Bravina. Landon Steele Brower. Alyssa Juliet Brown. Cameron Jamal Brown. Lance Alexander Bruner Jr. Mackenzie Paige Bryant. Cora Lynn Buckley. Ajane Kennedy Lalsha Bivens. Courtney Jewel Burgess. Manuel Alejandro Burgos. Natalie Chantel Denise Burks. Jasmine Octavia Burns. Blake Michael Burton. Sumner Jeremiah Bai. Christopher Isaac Campanini. Ashley Jeanette Campos. Jared Scott Carpenter. Flavio Daniel Carreno. Brian Daniel Carroll. Maya Lauren Carroll. Timothy Cole Carter. Isaiah Jaden Carter. Joshua Allen Cartwright. Yesenia Alexis Casas. Lauren Marie Casey. Dawson David Dornan Cassidy. Judith Castillo. Amethyst Brooke Cecile. Angel Ramiro Ceja Megalon. Danielle Leanne Selman. Noah Gavin Serta. Shamar Anthony Chambers. Nicholas James Champagne. Daniel Chan. Jeremy Jure Shen. Jenna Renee Cherry. Catherine Elizabeth Chilton. Zoe Abigail Chilton. Taylor Patricia Christofferson. Elliot Jinwoo Chung. Constance Raquel Siddlin. Cecilia Morgan Clark. Haley Michelle Klein. Julian Alexander Coxum. Soraya Tate Coe. Brittany Dawn Coley. Mark Anthony Collins. Joseph Christopher Knatzer. Bailey Michael Cooley. Jonah Kenneth Copeland. Luca Mateo Casenza. Shannon Elizabeth Coates. Gavin Tyler Crane. John Patrick Creedon. Hunter Bradley Cross. Kennedy Rand Cross. Jace Leona Croy. Jose Antonio Cruz Jr. Matthew Ryan Collins. Cameron Rayanne Curran. Gunnar Sidney Dahlstrom. Maya Patricia Daniel. Michael Lawrence Daniels. Cameron Mark Darling. Tyler Thomas Davis. Haley Brianne Day. Brandon Thomas Dean. Jordan Brooke DeBoer. Carla Michelle DeAngelo Peirano. Carlos Alberto Delbray. Ryan Evans Dempsey. Tabitha Haley Denson. Austin Gray Dingler. Sydney Lee Dipple. Nicolette Shaughnessy Dixon. Katie Dole. Abraham Dominguez Jr. Kayla Amber Dominguez. Bryson Marquise Dowdell. Connor James Dougal. Ryan Hall Dunnier. Stephanie Elnora Dunbar. Colton Cale Duncan. Drew Duncan. Lauren Marie Dyer. William Patterson Eason. Tristan David Eckert. Grady Lucas Edwards. William Henry Ellenberg. Brooke Nicole Elshop. Adam Christopher Emmerich. Alexander Christian Engler. Haley Elizabeth Erickson. Emily Catherine Erickson. Ethan Patrick Evans. Eunice M.D. Farouk. Jesus Emilio Cruz Fon Reyna. Alexa Elise Ferguson. Christopher Kyle Ferguson. Jacob Robert Ferguson. Andrew Carl Fernandez. Manuel Alejandro Fernandez. Tia Janae Fields. Ronald John Fishang. Samuel Patrick Fitzgerald. Haley Lynn Fleming. Valerie Elisa Flores. Michelle Lauren Foreman. Thalia Melissa Fox. Emma Jane Frampton. Ashley Giselle Franco. Cameron Reed Frazier. Emma Louise Fulton. Jackson Travis Gamble. Alexis Marie Garcia. Grant Colin Garcia. Maria Jacqueline Garcia. Patricia Andres Garcia. Emily Rose Garner. Zoe Marie Garza. Nisa Grace Gatlin. Kiana Alexis George. Emily Lynette Gerald. Jacob Hunter Gerard. Nasser Nayer Germain. Madeline Anetta Garante. Lily Brooks Gibson. Jason Michael Glasscock. Haley Diane Gomez. Anthony Alex Gonzalez. Humberto Nathaniel Gonzalez. Mackenzie Rose Goodenough. Harry Daniel Goodwin III. Abigail Marie Gore. Jacob Andrew Granberry. Hope Elizabeth Gray. Daniel Duke Greco. Shelby Noel Green. Paige Elizabeth Green. Rebecca Paige Groskopf. Charles Robert Grossman. Jamie Humberto Guerrero. Nala Jill Guidry. Julia O'Connor Gustafson. Gabrielle Alicia Gutierrez. Jose Antonio Gutierrez. Luvia Dasilo Gutierrez. Yanissa Gutierrez. Eric Alexander Haygood. Avery Page Hall. Noah John Haltner. Andrew Tanner Hamilton. Camden Elise Hancock. Jaden Kaylin Hardaway. Logan Nikki Harden. Joseph Alec Herakopoulos. Davis Philip Harrison. Darius Blake Hart. Gray Allen Haynes. Keegan Walker Hayes. Jacob Paul Heilman. Emily Claire Henderson. Elizabeth Marie Hendricks. Matthew Elijah Heredia. Isaac Bertoldo Hernandez. Rosa Isla Hernandez Espinoza. Carissa Rallian Herrera. Christian John Herman. Quentin Beck Hubel. Savannah Kellyanne Higgins. Sierra Rain Hightower. Victoria Isabel Higuera. Draven Gage Siegel. Abby Joanne Hill. Nathaniel Aaron Hill. Rachel Lang Hill. Sydney Nicole Hilly. Celia Joanne Hillsbeck. Abraham Israel Hinojosa. Ashlyn Paige Hoffman. Aaron Daniel Holly. Ashira Elena Horton. Julia Ann Howes. Julia Grace Hoyle. Rebecca Ann Huckabee. Abby Elizabeth Huckleberry. Bethany Taylor Huffer. Justin John Samuel Hughes. Melissa Renee Hughes. Brandon Bailey Hunt. Hannah Delaney Hurd. Alejandro Arturo Hurtado Jr. Jordan Alexander Jackson. Logan Manning Chatzek. Delaney Grace Jennings. Madeline Ann Jensen. Freddie Lee Johnson III. Madison Kaylee Johnson. Mary Carson Johnson. Sophia Nell Johnson. Alyssa Marie Jones. Lauren Marie Jones. Morgan Ray Jones. Miles Leonardo Jones. Haley Elise Nadine Canick. Carly Elizabeth Kaufman. James Ian Kavalich. Jeffrey Thomas Kavalich. Ashlyn Grace Kelly. Scott Jordan Kendall Jr. Cassandra Lee Kennedy. Ian Douglas Kennedy. Garrett Colton Kennemer. Rand Muhammad Khan. Soraya Katoon. Sophie Kokar. Ethan Kim Koo. Yunjae Kim. Victoria Jewel Kimbrough. Georgia Nicole Kirkpatrick. Emmanuel Amani Katawi. Connor Bailey Knight. Callie Marie Koch. Tyler Robert Coles. Jonathan Paul Colazar. Alexa Christine Coltis. Brittany Ruth Labadie. Oliver Labunovic. Ashley Nicole Ladd. Peyton Patrick LaFontaine. Madeline Elizabeth McDonald Lancaster. Isabel Hannah Law. Jake Evans Lawless. Andrew Todd Lawson. Caitlin Renee Leckie. Luke Wiley Ledbetter. Vanessa Montserrat Ledesma. Jasane Danielle Lee. Mackenzie Ray Lee. Jessica Brooke Lindsay. Alyssa Ann Loki. Taylor Carson Lombardo. Carson Gale Lohr. Christian Mark Loth. Anna Jacqueline Love. Robert Alexander Love. Caitlin Alicia Lucas. Jake Richard Lamenti. Katie Elizabeth Lumpkin. Latrice Marie Lusk. Jeremy William Lytle. Julia May Mackey. Kaylee Alexis Madewell. Cole Daniel Madison Gaskell. This summer, Luetta Majors. Eduardo Rafael Malagon. Sarah K. Malikoff. Connor James Mangus. Edward Thomas Mapes. Trey Stephen Marciano. Caden Eliza Markham. Brighton Stone March. Nicholas Santo Martellotti. Audrey Nadine Martin. Christian Ryan Martin. Mallory Melissa Martinez. Kelly Elizabeth Mitter. Jayla Lynn Matlock. Savannah Michelle Matson. Sarah Marina Matson. Zion Marquise Mabry. Carson Randall Mayfield. Jacob Tyler McAllister. Peyton Elizabeth McCartney. Victoria Lee McClure. Bryn Rachel McConnell. Wilson John McCormick. Colin Patrick McCoy. Jalen Elijah McCrary. Kaylor Jade McQuiston. Scott Duncan McFarland. Carter Bradley McKinney. Harley Trinity McTizick. Claudio Medina. Miranda Alexis Mejia. Ricardo Elizar Melendez. Matthew Paul Melvin. Matthew Rowan Merrill. Sasha Alexandra Messer. Georgia Adele Meyer. Alexander George Meza. Hayden Scott Michael. Kiera Alexis Miles. Sydney Elizabeth Miles. Edward Wayman Miller Jr. Lauren Elizabeth Miller. Preston Daniel Mills. Jacob Wayne Miner. Jessica Nicole Miner. Taven Dupree Dane Mitchell Campbell. Bilal Imran Mohammed. Jolie Hunter Mulkeen. Christine Elise Mollenkopf. Justin Michael Monte. Jabril Montenegro. Leslie Eloisa Montez. Ruben David Montoya Angelis. Rebecca Grace Moybrook. Marin Licia Moore. Raul Morales. Cynthia Elaine Morales Navarro. Michael Richard Akeka Muck Jr. Ian Tyler Murdoch. Maria Caroline Murillo. Madigan Lee Murray. Julian Alexander Muscat. Tawanda Wedzi Hannah June Nair. Devontavius Demon Nard. Kevin Patrick Nawa. Dalton J. Neal. Joshua Quinn Nelson. Mitchell Allen Newton. Paige Catherine Nicholas. Javias Javon Nixon. Ahmad Deshaun Noble. Miles Ashton Norfolk. Kyle Grady Norton. Abraham Nuno. Shannon Brooke Nussbaum. Aiden Matthew O'Brien. Emma Obong Yvette Okan. Christina Danielle Olson. Samuel David Olson. Kylie Ann Orahowski. Crystal Tatiana Orana. Myra Alejandra Oviedo. Cynthia Padilla. Allison Paige Palmer. Nathan Liang Pang. Alexander Michael Parisi. Blake Ellie Parker. Brooke Allison Parker. Justin Lee Parks. Ashley Ann Parr. Gabriela Marie Parullo. Aaron Andrew Pate. Isabel Nicole Pate. Sagar Patel. Haley Rianne Pearson. Andrew Douglas Peretta. Alexis Ann Perkins. Elizabeth Susan Perkovich. Dylan Maurice Perry. Kennedy Leanne Perry. Paige Ryan Peterson. Madison Kenya Phelan. Elizabeth Catherine Pilkinson. Parker Alexandra Pinnell. Brandon Scott Poley. Ramon Venancio Ponce III. Evan Charles Poole. Zachary Stephen Post. Harper Elizabeth Prentice. Justin Tyler Privet. Terrell Anthony Pryor Jr. Lydia Alexandra Elizabeth Pila. Cade Philip Raddenbaugh. Tanvir Rahman. Madison Ann Ralston. Johnny Dade Randall. Benjamin David Rankin. Peyton Christine Ray. Jacob David Reber. Shelby Marin Douglas Redondo. Aaron Boyd Reeder. Bryce William Reinhardt. Richard James Rensing III. Julia Ashley Reyes. Isabel Alexis Reyna. Ovette Reynoso Martinez. Caitlin Lyric Richmond. Andrew Thomas Riding. Brooke Elaine Rigsby. Kirsten Alexandra Riley. Ziaria Nicole Risby. Sofia Alejandra Robayo. Althea Grace Robinson. Tyrese Devante Robinson. Devin Oren Rochelle. Haley Nicole Rogers. Alec Jose Rodriguez. Anthony Paul Rodriguez. Desiree Elise Rohrbacher. Savannah Marie Rohrbacher. Jonah Max Romine. Kayla Elizabeth Romine. Jasmine Leanne Rose. Cassidy Renee Rosenberg. Desmond Rashawn Royal. Ian John Rushoff. Stephen Dwayne Rushing. Matthew Reinhardt Ryan. Robert Daniel Sadler Jr. Madison Taylor Sanchez. Philip Sanchez. Daniel Lee Sanders. David Michael Sanders. Mason Lee Sanders. Morgan Sanders. Marco Rafael Santos. Dylan Alexander Saylor. McCarl Avery Chanel. Elijah Gordon Scobe. Abigail Summer Sempebwe. Ashley Lauren Cipher. Braxton Andrew Schaefer. Kaylin Elizabeth Shaheen. Sohaib Mahmoud Sheikh. Ruby Maxine Shepard. Notorious Joseph Seiss. Mary Jane Annette Sayatka. David Eldon Seibel. Paul George Hubert Zeidler. Alondra Priscilla Sylvia. Macy Reynolds Silvertooth. Hannah Elizabeth Simmons. Cameron Damani Simmons. Olivia Patricia Simpson. David Bradley Skiles. Cameron Leal Slate. Olivia Ann Smart. Elena Page Smith. Emma Helen Smith. Hunter Reed Smith. Jordan Tyler Smith. Kyle Jameson Smith. Mackenzie Lauren Smith. Sean Lee Smith. Claire Maurice Carlson Soderberg. Hannah Mackenzie Spur. Madison Elise Starrett. Jalen Brianne Stewart. Andrew Lyle Stockmo. Cameron Alexis Strander. Caitlin Elizabeth Straley. Caden Michelle Sullivan. Macy Christine Sullivan. Shamal Alexion Sullivan. Justin Renee Sunderland Perez. Gabrielle Marie Supan. Jacob Lane Sutton. Gabrielle Jolynn Smank. Alexis Taylor Suchek. Shelby Cheyenne Tacker. Brandon Edward Placido. Sally Elaine Talovich. Ingrid Miriam Tank. Sydney Morgan Tarsi. Matthew Ryan Teggets. Brianne Mackenzie Thomas. Jacob Christopher Thompson. Sydney Brianne Thornton. Isaiah Frederick Tobar. Robert McKenzie Tolan. Cordero Jet Torres. Joshua Michael Townsley. Bao Han Angel Nguyen Tran. Conran Dale Troutman. Skylar Taryn Trainer. Jonathan Jacob Lawrence Turner. Sydney Lynn Turntime Johnson. Lisbeth Valderrama. Ronald Tyler James Valdron. David Eduardo Vasquez Guzman. Nicholas Matthew Vera. Madison Brooke Vickroy. Catherine Ann Wagner. Ryan Christopher Wagner. Alex Conway Walker. Browder Matthew Wallace. Grace Emily Wallace. Alexandra Jude Walters. Peyton Arthur Warmbier. Jake Tanner Waskowski. Joy Lynn Alice Watkins. Brooke Alicia Weber. Matthew David Whedon. Morgan Miran West. Samuel Allen West. Zach Andrew Westrich. Jalen Sean Calvin Whitaker. Catherine Elizabeth White. Ryan Carl White. John David Matthew Whitwer. Kaylee Ann Wilcox. Anthony Gerard Williams. Blair Cameron Williams. Joshua Michael Williams. Deja Janae Williams. Cameron Wesley Williams. Matthew Lamar Williams. Trey Allen Williams. Matthew Carson Williamson. Alec Christian Wilson. Parker Todd Wilson. Mackenzie Lee Womack. Catherine Louise Wood. Trinity Michelle Wood. Caleb Michael Yancey. Emily Jordania Yanes Ramirez. Davis Neil Young. Shayna Alexandra Young. Adrienne Elizabeth Yao. Olivia and Zavada.
Good evening. My name is Bryn Thomas, and I have had the privilege to serve as your senior class press secretary this year. We gather here today to celebrate our accomplishments and to close the chapter of our years at McKinney Boyd High School. Today we recognize all of our hard work, determination, and dedication to McKinney Boyd. This past year, we all experienced our last Friday night football game, our last pep rally, and even our last high school dance. And if you think about it, this is the first time in our lives that we are experiencing so many lasts, so many things that will never happen again. But as we say goodbye to our friends, family, and the incredible staff and administration, we also get to say hello. Hello to new beginnings, new opportunities, and new experiences that lie ahead as we move on to the next chapter of our lives. Over the past 4 years, we looked to graduation as something that was so far away and surreal. But now that time is here. June 2nd, 2017 is finally here, and we can all put an end to our graduation countdowns. And as I stand here before you, looking at all of your decorated caps, I can see all the places that we are headed. And as awesome as all of this is right now, this is only the beginning. Life is so much bigger than just high school, and that is the most exciting part. Ellie, from one of everyone's favorite Pixar movies, Up, said, "Thanks for the adventure. Now go have a new one." McKinney Boyd, class of 2017, you have all been given the opportunity to find your next adventure. Whether you're off to college, protecting our freedom by serving in the armed forces, or going straight into the workforce, the direction your life may take you is unknown. But what is known is that every one of you seated before me has the potential to do great things. At this time, will the graduates please stand? McKinney Boyd, class of 2017, I am honored to lead you in the turning of the tassel. Graduates, you may now turn your tassel. Congratulations!
Good evening, everyone. My name is Peyton Argabright, and I've had the distinct honor of serving as your 2017 senior class treasurer. Each year, the graduating class gives back to the school with their senior gift, and this year, I'm happy to present our senior gift. As we move on from this stage in our life and look forward to whatever lies in front of us, it's only fair that we give something back to our school to show our appreciation for our teachers, administration, peers. So we are donating money to start a fund for a Bronco statue to be placed outside of Boyd's main entrance. As we move on from this chapter in our lives, I want to thank you all for an amazing 4 years, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Hey, class of 2017. My name is Cassidy Rosenberg, and I have served as your event coordinator for this school year. We did it. It's hard to believe that we are wearing cap and gowns like they do in the movies. It's hard to believe, mostly for the parents, that we're the last graduating class that was all born in the 90s. From learning to put conjunctions together from between the lines, to learning that we will have at least one Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus as a teacher to show us the adventures of life and how cool riding the bus actually is. Nevertheless, here's to us, the last class of the 90s, as represented in our class slogan, "There goes the 90s."
Good evening. My name is Chandler Connor, and I've had the privilege of serving as your senior class historian for this year. I would like to take a moment to thank all the parents and students for sending in pictures for the slideshow. It would not have been possible without you.
Good evening, graduates, family, and friends. My name is Alexia Coltis, and it's been such an honor to serve as your classmate, friend, occasional DJ, and lastly, student council historian. I am privileged to have had the opportunity to connect with you parents and students to answer hundreds of emails in order to put this senior slideshow together. I hope this video becomes something that you can look back on when you're thinking about the people who made your high school experience what it was. I wish you all the best of luck as you face new challenges and encourage you to go head on into the adventures that await you. Most people who know me know that I've been ready to graduate for quite some time, and that day is finally today. My cap didn't even fall off. It's an honor to be a part of sending y'all off into the real world. I'll see you at the reunion. Congratulations again to the graduates, and now presenting the senior class slideshow. Thank you.
Good evening, y'all. My name is Aishi Tolson, and I've had the honor of serving as y'all's student body president this year. It's a challenge for me to really put into words what I think all of us are feeling right now. Personally, as excited as I am for high school to be over, and as much as I can't wait to be at Baylor University in the fall, I can't deny that there's a ton of fear that comes with the next chapter of my life. People can say that they didn't like high school all that they wanted, and I know we've all been counting down the days until we can call ourselves graduates, but I can't deny that the terrifying realization that I have no idea what this chapter of my life looks like. Senior year has been a ride, and today is a day full of both joy and sadness, peace and anxiety. As this day comes to a close, though, I have one question that I want to ask everyone in this room. Graduates, their parents and siblings, administration and faculty. As we leave this building, what is the foundation that you are going to build your life on? What will your life be marked by from this moment on? There's a special moment I want to focus on that I experienced at McKinney Boyd this year. It was during a season of my life that challenged me greatly, and a season that I think challenged Boyd as well. It reminded me why I believe there is no better high school than McKinney Boyd. In September of this past year, our school and community unexpectedly lost beloved physics teacher and swim coach, Mr. David Shelton. To say that anyone could understand why we lost Mr. Shelton and why we had to experience such deep sorrow is beyond me. There is no explanation for a life suddenly lost for reasons that can't be fully understood or explained. Why did we lose such a wonderful person? Why do we all have to experience such deep sorrow? It was and is a hard reality to face, that I would no longer be able to stop by his room and just say hey, or even see him in the hallways. I remember finding out about losing my physics teacher and student council and everybody joining together in tearful prayer. I remember coming to school early for memorial service in the rotunda and seeing something I had never experienced before. In the center stood teachers and close friends of Mr. David Shelton, and circled around were students and faculty that had been touched and impacted by Mr. Shelton. Most importantly, the service ended in a prayer led by a teacher. Looking back on that week, I am still moved by the way that Mr. Shelton's death and the legacy that he left behind pushed people closer to Jesus. Despite its heaviness, somehow, there was a lot of hope. I'd like to think that everything in life can be explained, and that I can control everything around me, every aspect, and never let things overwhelm me or confuse me. But the simple truth of life is that some things, actually a lot of things, just don't make sense, and they never will. There are so many things that we experience here on earth that we will never understand until we get to heaven. I wrestled with Mr. Shelton's death a lot of my first semester, and it still brings me a lot of sadness and heaviness to this day. But what I have learned is that Jesus hands us tough things and reminds us that there is always peace and joy to be found at the foot of the cross. God sent his one and only Son, Jesus Christ, to earth to live the perfect life. Jesus spent his time on earth serving the poor, the weak, the outcasts, and the rejects. Jesus lived a life of humble service and a great big love bigger than anything that we can fathom. God also sent Jesus to earth to die on the cross for the broken people of this world, which this is great news for every single person in this room, myself included, because we are all broken people. It is only through Jesus Christ that broken people like us can experience the true joy and peace that can only be found in the love that poured out at the cross. The concept of Jesus' love is nearly unfathomable, an unconditional love that paid a price we could and still cannot pay. It's in Jesus, though, that McKinney Boyd found peace and joy in the tragic loss of Mr. David Shelton. Death itself seems almost unfathomable, and sudden death of someone so young is almost too much to bear, but we didn't have to bear this loss alone. What I want everyone in this room to take away from Mr. Shelton's life and death and the response to his passing is that where we put our faith, where we place our trust, and what, or more importantly, who we build our lives on changes the way that we experience life. Psalm 34:5 says, "Those who look to him are radiant, and their faces shall never be ashamed." Though such a simple verse, I want to urge everyone here to really think about what the words mean. If we give our lives over to Jesus, to the one who paid the ultimate price so that we may be reconciled with God in heaven, we will find a peace and a joy that surpasses all earthly hurts, doubts, and confusion. We will find a satisfaction that goes beyond anything we seek to satisfy us in this earthly world. Life doesn't always make sense, but there is a great comfort in knowing that the King of Kings knows what tomorrow brings, and we have a purpose for being on this earth. This isn't to say that Mr. Shelton's death makes any more sense than it did 9 months ago. His death is still heavy for me, and even heavier for others. But I urge everyone in this room to think about our Savior in heaven who knows us all fully and loves us all fully, and find peace in the fact that he put Mr. Shelton on this earth for a reason, just as he did with each one of us here. Find joy in hard things, and find joy in things that you don't understand. Be content to not know all of the answers and be at peace, knowing that these trials and hardships that we experience are not experienced alone. We have a community of people around us and a God in heaven that is with us every step of the way. And maybe you don't believe in a Savior, in which case I urge you to consider the gospel. But I know each one of us in here knows the power of love and the unmistakable peace that comes with love. So spread love, share peace, and always try to find the joy in your circumstances. This is easier said than done, obviously, and this is something that I continue to work on every way, but I challenge you to do the same. Thank you to the many, many people that have been there with me throughout these past 4 years of high school. I want to start by thanking my grandmother, Annie, that we lost this past December, for teaching my family and I so much about serving and giving to others without looking for praise. We miss you especially today, but I know that you're watching this from heaven and cheering me on every step of the way. To my mom, thank you for reminding me to never let anybody steal my joy that I have within, and that joy comes in the morning. I wouldn't be who I am without you. To my dad, thank you for setting the example of what it means to love your family unconditionally and to sacrifice to make their dreams come true. You give me the clearest image of God's fatherly love for us. To my sister Nan, thank you for showing me that it's okay to be a little different, and that you can never have too much love or too big of a heart. To Chase Jones from Watermark Community Church, thank you for showing me what it means to be fully known and fully loved, and reminding me where my true identity is found. Quick shout out to Tyler Jackson, one of my best buddies who I get to go to Young Life Camp alongside this summer. And thank you to the many others that I would mention if I had hours up here. My best friends who made senior year unforgettable, my family, my teachers, and everyone in between. Sick 'em Bears, thank y'all so much.
Okay, I told you guys I'd get through practice. I've almost made it through graduation, but I feel the tears coming on. I'm extremely proud of you guys. You guys have done amazing things. Your journey is just beginning. I know you have a lot of people out there that are going to be rooting for you. They're going to be cheering from you, whether on the sideline or right behind you or right beside you. But no, you're going to move mountains, and it's your turn to fly. Extremely proud of you, class of 2017. Let's give them a round of applause. Now everybody knows that it would not be the close to any Boyd event without Mr. Bambico. Mr. Bambico? It is now your turn.
Congratulations, Broncos. What's better than a McKinney Boyd High School Bronco senior? I'll tell you, it's a McKinney Boyd High School graduate. Class of 2017, you are now McKinney Boyd High School alumni. Go Broncos. Parents and guests, we ask that you remain in your respected area till all of our graduates have exited the ceremony. In just a minute, we'll have a Go Broncos with all of our Broncos, all of our alumni Broncos. But I would invite the parents and guests to join in. All right, Broncos, stand up. Now, I do ask you guys to be very loud enough that everyone in West Plano area will be able to hear us. It's going to be loud and proud. So parents, once again, I invite you to join us in the Go Broncos on the count of 3. Also, Broncos, once a Bronco, always a Bronco. All right, Go Broncos on 3. 1, 2, 3, Go Broncos! Awesome.